The stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. That's a cruel place to end that song, isn't it? I'm not going to play the whole song at the intro because we're only doing one verse tonight. So if I play the whole first verse, you do the whole song, and we got to go through it before I do that. So sorry for leaving you on a minor note there. Welcome to tutorial number 14. We're almost there. We've done 14 out of 20. We got 6 left tonight. As you heard, is Oh Holy Night. Thank you for everybody who's joined live so far. If you're here, let me know in the live chat that you're here. Tell me what you're doing tonight. Well, I know what you're doing tonight. You're watching this. You don't have to tell me that. Tell me what else you're doing tonight, or where you're from, or where you're watching from, like digitally. Let me know. Let me know you're here in the live chat. So, as you heard, we're doing Oh Holy Night, and it is not as easy as the first Noel was, but it's not as hard as What Child Is This, which are our last two kind of polar opposites in the difficulty spectrum. This one's right in the middle, I'd say. There's a lot of chords, but they're not too difficult. I'll let you be the judge of that. Go grab the hymn book. You know I'm going to say that now. Go grab the Reawaken hymn book. But I also want to mention, I haven't mentioned this enough yet, that link up there at the top of the screen, that's where you get the hymn book, but there's also tons of other stuff there too. That's the whole Christmas tutorial page, and it has the hymn book, as I mentioned, for totally free, all 20 chord charts of the tutorials we're doing. You can download that for free there. It's also got a countdown to the next live tutorial. It's got all the previous live tutorials, which at this point is 13 of them. More back there in previous live tutorials that are coming up. So if you haven't, or you just started joining us, or you haven't watched the old ones, go check out all the previous tutorials. I did a lot of the more popular Christmas songs in the beginning because I wanted to have them done before people actually started planning for Christmas. And sometimes worship leaders start planning in like November or earlier September, October. So I wanted to get those done as soon as possible. So again, go check out those. There's 13 previous live tutorials we're done. That's also on the page of that link up at the top of the screen. There's chord charts and videos for all 20 M's. There's even a Gospel of Christmas devotional video series and study guide that we did 2 years ago. There's, albums, there's music, there's lyric videos. There's all kinds of Christmas resources. So that link there is not just for the hymn book, although that's at the top of the page and for free, so while you're there, you should grab it anyway because there's no reason not to. But there's tons of resources for Christmas at that link. So go check that out if you haven't already. Or if you have already, go back because I just changed some stuff and added some new stuff yesterday. So there might be stuff there you haven't even seen yet. All right. Let's see who's here. Brian is here. Sarah King is here. Hi, Sarah. Cody is here. He's at worship practice. He let me know that. Thanks, man. Cody's hanging out at worship practice. And Sarah's from Rhode Island and has the hymnal. Awesome. Awesome. Let's get to the tutorial. Let's do it. And again, we're live. So let me know any questions or comments you have in the live chat as we go through and I can answer them. Sorry, before we do, almost forgot. Christmas drink. I'm going tea again, which is probably a pretty good idea with this song because it's got that note in it. You know what note I'm talking about. The note. Like the Christmas note. That one note. Oh, and by the way, I'm not going to hit it properly because I'm sitting down. And that's my excuse today for why I won't hit it properly. Because every voice coach tells you you should not squat down like I am and sing really high notes. So that's my excuse today for why I'm not going to hit it. And also why I'm drinking tea. You know what note I'm talking about. All right. Let's do it. Grab your guitars, your flutes, your xylophones, your whatever you're playing with. Let's play it. I am capoed on 1 today because I'm me, and that's what I do. And now at this point, I'm just doing it to mess with you, probably. I can't help it. If you haven't watched the previous ones, you don't know what I'm talking about. I always cable on one for absolutely no reason at all. Just to mess with you guys. That's it. That's the only reason. No, I like it for some reason. I don't know why. So we're cabling on one, playing G chord shapes. So we're actually, after being capoed, we're in the key of G sharp, one step up, or A flat if you're a flat person. That's kind of weird. And but we're playing in the key of G chord shapes, which I will show you right now because, yeah, Brian knows about that note. Yep. I'll show you the chord shapes real quick. Again, for a more detailed explanation, go back, watch previous tutorials on how to play these. But I will go through them because we have all of the chords today in the key. We have 1 through 6. We don't have a 7 chord because we never have a 7 chord. Just most modern songs don't have 7 chords because in the key it's a diminished chord and that just sounds terrible. So we don't usually hear 7 chords unless they're major 7th chords. I'm not going to get into that. Anyways, we have all 6 of the non-diminished chords in the key here, which we don't usually have, which means we have 3 minor chords, a B minor, F sharp minor, and an E minor. And then we have our G, C, and D as our 1, 4, 5. So let me go through them all the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our 1, we have that G there. Just a typical G. And then in the key of G, I have my sticky fingers. Patented Nathan Drake sticky fingers. And those are on the 1st and 2nd string, both on the 3rd fret. Like so. So our G, pretty normal G with those sticky fingers. Our C, just move that same shape down 1 string or up 1 string. For our D, you have an option here. I usually play a D over F sharp, which looks like that. Sticky fingers stay the same. Our middle finger goes where that D, where it would go for normal D chord, and then my pointer goes way up on the 6th string with an F sharp. Or you can just play a straight up D like you're used to, but you can keep those sticky fingers there too as well. You'll see me do both of those 2 Ds as I play through. So those were the 1, 4, 5, our major chords. Now our minor chords, we have the 2 chord, which in G is a B minor. And I'm just playing that as a power chord or a bar chord. The F sharp minor, no, that's a 7th chord. I lied to you, sort of. That's a 7th chord, but it's not a 7th chord. That's one of those trippy move different keys hymns do sometimes. Woo! I almost missed that. That's a 7th minor. Don't see that a lot. I'm just doing a bar chord for the F sharp minor 2. And then the other chord we have 2 other chords. We have 7 chords in this song. I didn't count right. Look at that. Our first song with 7 different chords, I think. E minor is just a straight E minor, but with sticky fingers. Same place they were before because they're sticky fingers. And then our A minor, no sticky fingers, is just a straight up A minor. So now you can see why I said this song is kind of difficult, but not so difficult. It's got a lot of chords. The chords themselves aren't like quick, and there's not a lot of quick movement except for one spot, which I'll show you. But there are a lot of chords. In fact, there's 7, which that's amazing. We have 7 chords, and we have all 7 positions too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Except our 7th is a minor and not diminished, which I don't really know the theory behind that. I never noticed that was a 7th. So if you know the theory behind a minor 7th chord, let me know. Interesting. All right. I'm not going to go through and play the first verse because the first verse is the entire song we're going to play today. So I won't play the whole thing until we get to the end. There are other verses of the song. I know there's, I think 3 or 4. I usually only play 2 if I play more than one of them. But the reason I only have 1 today is 1, the verse is long, and it's kind of like a pre-chorus and chorus all put together. 2, okay, so this song is interesting. If you know the history of this song at all, this song was written, or I should say, translated by a Unitarian minister. And there's actually some controversy around it in theological circles because it was kind of sanitized of any mention of God or Jesus by that Unitarian who translated it from the original poem, which, by the way, is way different. This first verse kind of sticks closer to the worshiping God for coming to earth kind of theme of Christmas. The second verse, the one that I also play sometimes, it might be the third verse technically, is actually kind of about slavery. It's not kind of about slavery, it is about slavery. It's about slavery related to God and freeing the oppressed and such. But it's a very interesting song in that it's a very social justice kind of song, just like Do You Hear What I Hear? We kind of talked about that with Do You Hear What I Hear? It's kind of a social justice anthem, but that was written in the 60s, and this was written in the 1860s? I'm not sure when it was written. I assume the Civil War, pre-Civil War, post-Civil War, because it talked about slavery. If you know what year this was written in, let me know. So this is an interesting song. It's why I'm only doing verse 1 today, and why I often will only do verse 1, because it is the most worshipy of the verses, I would say. Again, I don't think there's anything wrong with the other verses. They're good in the right context, but they're a little more specific in what they talk about, I would say. So we're just doing the first verse today. That's a little history of that hymn. All right, so as far as picking is concerned, this one's pretty simple. As you heard, it's basically just me going down the chords, finger picking. On every eighth note there in 6/8. So pretty simple. And I do that pretty much the whole song. Sometimes I'll kind of drop some of them to give it more depth. Sometimes I'll speed up, like I might speed up for the fall on your knees, like the fall on your knee. Give it a little more rhythm there. And I realize there's a lot of crazy chords in the song, and the picking is semi-fast because it's in 6/8. So if you're a beginner and that's too difficult, just strum. You can strum on one if you want to, or you can just do a simple strumming pattern like. Holy night, the stars are bright, we shine. You can do a simple strumming pattern like that if the finger picking is too difficult. And let me go over a few specific things I do in this song that you might notice. At the end of verse 1, could you go to verse 1 on the chords? At the end of verse 1, you will see that B minor there over worth. And I kind of, nope, that's not, no, I walked down at the end. Sorry, that was the wrong place. Okay, a thrill of hope. Go to the next slide there. A thrill of hope. You see the D over F sharp, D. That D over F sharp is really just a movement of the bass note. It's a pretty important movement, but it's just a movement of the bass note. So on that, you just play a straight D. You can do the sticky fingers if you'd like. A thrill, and you're just picking 4, 3, 2, 1, because that fourth string is your bass note for the D chord. So you have a D bass note, a thrill of, and then I pick and move my pointer down to the 6th string on the F sharp and pick that as my bass chord. And then I go back, pick the 4th again. So it sounds like this. A thrill of hope, a thrill of hope. So you can just hear that bass note movement. Thrill of hope. So that's what I do there. That's one tricky part. And the other one is I do a walk down at the end of that phrase. For yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. I walk that G down to the E minor over fall. So, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn, the end of that would be, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall. So basically what I'm doing there is I'm adding a D over F sharp in between that G and then the E minor on the next line. I didn't write it down because it's not really in the chord structure of the song. It's really just a walk down, but you can hear that walk down there. So if you want to do that walk down with me, you're basically just adding in a D over F sharp right after that G, because it goes G, F sharp, E, the walk down. Yonder breaks a new and glorious morn, D over F sharp, E minor. So that's the walk down I do there. G, quick D over F sharp, E minor. All right, I think those are the two difficult picking things in this song. If you have any questions before we go through the whole thing, let me know. But I think we covered pretty much everything in our first 7 chord song. So I'm so excited about that. I didn't realize there was a 7th in here. If you're watching afterwards and you know the theory behind a minor 7th chord, let me know, because you don't see those much. You see major 7th chords, but not minor 7th chords. So I don't know. But right now we're going to play through the whole thing. Oh, my foot fell asleep. Whew. Told you I was squatting. My foot fell asleep. Oh, Sarah, I missed your question, Sarah. I don't have that.
The fingering for F sharp minor.
Apparently my chat's broke. That's great. I have it on the other one. All right, what's the fingering for the F sharp minor? Good question. Let me refresh my page, see if that works for the comments. So the F sharp minor, I'm just playing a bar chord or a power chord, just like the B minor. So it's just, if you don't know how to play a power chord or bar chord, it's just, so on the 6th string, your pointer on the 2nd fret, 5th string, your ring finger, I can never get the fingers right, ring finger on the 4th fret, pinky on the 4th fret of the 4th string. It's a power chord like that. So that's just how I play the F sharp minor and the B minor. All right. Not sure why that didn't show up. That's strange. All right, let's go all the way through the song. Here we go. Capo on 1. Get your guitars ready. Let's do this. The stars are brightly shining. The verse. Hold on. We're going to start over. We can go back to the intro. Here we go. Is there a problem?
It's just not loading. That's fine.
Okay. Start over. Here we go. Sorry, we're having technical issues. Stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our Christ was born. Oh, night divine, oh, night divine. Did it. Awesome. Good job. Hopefully you made it all the way through. Hey, I hit the note almost. I was close. I was really close. That was close. Good job, everybody. Let me know how you did. Are we good on technical stuff?
Yeah, I'm just not sure we're not getting comments.
Okay. If you are out there, comment, or if you're watching, comment right now. There might be something wrong with the live chat. I think there might be something going on. So if you're watching, please comment on the live chat. Let me know. We'll see if it's working. All right, we did it. That was it. Oh, Holy Night. As you heard there, I pretty much pick down the whole chords the whole time. It's not too difficult. Jamie and Brian, thanks, man. All right, so looks like our live chat is working. Good. Yeah, let me know how you did. Let me know if you have any more questions about how we did it. If you were watching this after the fact, after it is live, let me know in the comments of the video below. I will be able to see those forever, and answer you there. So, yeah, let me know. Hello, close. So, next is, I didn't say next week. I almost did, but I didn't. I got it this time. Next is tomorrow. Our next hymn is tomorrow, and we are doing Away in a Manger. And you know how every week I say this is my favorite hymn? I won't say that tomorrow. That's all I'll say. I'll explain tomorrow. Join me tomorrow at 7 and I'll explain more what I mean. So that's all we have today. Go check out the hymn book and go check out everything on the tutorials page. There's tons and tons and tons and tons of Christmas resources there. You should totally go watch those. Welcome, Yonan from Taiwan. Sorry you just joined us here at the end, but thanks for joining. Oh, you didn't. Great job. You saw it. Cool. Thanks, man. And hi, Frank on Facebook. Frank Miller. Oh, you got a cool name. That's, are you the guy who wrote the Batman comic books? Did you write Batman comic books? Is that you? Is that you, really you, Frank Miller? I bet it is. Right? Thanks, everybody. Oh, my geek came out. Sorry, guys. Thanks for joining. Again, join me tomorrow for Away in a Manger, and go check out the tutorial website. That's all I have. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.